Imagine leaving New York in the morning and landing in London before most people even finish their lunch. No layovers, no airline delays, just speed, altitude, and precision. For decades, private aviation has promised one thing above all else: time saved. But in today's internet-driven world, that promise is often buried under exaggerated claims,
Watch this right now.
misleading thumbnails, and numbers taken out of context. You've probably seen them. Videos claiming 10 times faster jets, Mach 2 private planes, or futuristic aircraft that don't actually exist. The problem isn't speed itself. The problem is how speed is explained. Aviation is a technical field, and when facts are simplified too much, the result is confusion, skepticism, and loss of trust. That's exactly why this video takes a different approach. Everything shown in this video is real. Every aircraft discussed exists, has flown, and operates within real-world aviation limits. No imaginary concepts, no fake performance numbers, and no visuals that never appear on screen. The goal here is simple: to answer one honest question: what is the fastest private jet you can actually fly today? To understand that, we first need to clarify something most videos get wrong. Speed in aviation is not just a single number. Mach speed changes with altitude, temperature, and air density. Two aircraft flying at the same Mach number can have very different ground speeds depending on where and how they fly. Ignoring this detail is how misinformation spreads. Private jets also operate under very different rules than commercial airliners. They fly higher, take more direct routes, and operate closer to the performance limits of their airframes. This is why some business jets can cross continents significantly faster than scheduled airline flights, without ever breaking the sound barrier. In the next part, we'll step into the modern era of business aviation and examine how manufacturers like Gulfstream and Bombardier have redefined speed, not through hype, but through engineering. When people hear the word fast, their minds immediately jump to supersonic flight, Mach 1, Mach 2, even Mach 3. On paper, those numbers sound impressive, but in modern private aviation, raw speed alone is not the goal. What truly matters is usable speed, speed that can be flown every day, legally, efficiently, and without massive compromises. Today's fastest private jets operate just below the speed of sound, typically between Mach 0.90 and Mach 0.94. That may not sound dramatic compared to Mach 2, but this narrow range represents the absolute edge of what is practical for business aviation. At these speeds, aircraft gain enormous time advantages while avoiding the penalties that come with supersonic flight. This is where jets like the Bombardier Global 8000 and the Gulfstream G700 come into focus. These aircraft are engineered to cruise comfortably near Mach 0.94, translating to ground speeds of roughly 720 miles per hour under optimal conditions. That difference, just a few tenths of Mach, can cut an hour or more off long-haul flights. Why not go faster? Because the moment an aircraft approaches Mach 1, fuel consumption rises sharply, structural stress increases, and operating costs skyrocket. Supersonic flight also introduces shock waves, thermal loads, and strict regulatory limitations. Over land, supersonic flight is prohibited in most parts of the world due to sonic booms. Over water, it remains expensive and inefficient for regular use. Mach 0.94 represents a sweet spot. It is fast enough to dramatically reduce travel time, yet slow enough to remain economical, quiet, and legal. These jets can fly higher than commercial airliners, often above 45,000 feet, where thinner air reduces drag and improves efficiency. Combined with direct routing and fewer air traffic restrictions, this makes them true time-saving machines. In the next part, we'll take a closer look at the aircraft that currently sits at the very top of this category, and why it holds the title of the fastest private jet you can actually fly today. Today, the title of the fastest business jet you can actually fly belongs to the Bombardier Global 8000. This aircraft is certified modified to cruise at Mach 0.94, placing it at the absolute top of modern business aviation. Under the right conditions, that translates to ground speeds of around 720 miles per hour, faster than almost anything carrying passengers today, short of retired supersonic aircraft. The Global 8000 did not achieve this speed through brute force alone. Its performance comes from a carefully engineered balance of aerodynamics, materials, and propulsion. A highly refined wing design minimizes drag at high altitude, while next-generation Rolls-Royce engines provide sustained thrust without pushing the aircraft into inefficient supersonic regimes. The jet is designed to fly high, often above 45,000 feet, where thinner air allows it to maintain speed more efficiently than aircraft flying lower. But speed always has a price. Operating an aircraft at the edge of its performance envelope increases fuel burn and maintenance costs. At high-speed cruise, fuel consumption can exceed 400 gallons per hour. When crew, maintenance reserves, and operational expenses are included, the cost of flying can reach tens of thousands of dollars per hour. In practical terms, every hour saved in the air comes at a significant financial premium. Yet for the people who buy these jets, time is the most valuable asset they have. For them, saving even a single hour can justify the cost. In the final part, we'll step back and compare this modern speed record with a legend from the past, and ask whether true supersonic private flight could ever return. No discussion about speed in passenger aviation is complete without the Concorde. Even decades after its retirement, it remains unmatched in one key area: sustained supersonic travel. While modern business jets push the limits just below Mach 1, Concorde cruised comfortably at Mach 2, flying more than twice the speed of sound. It could cross the Atlantic in under 3 hours, a feat no passenger aircraft has repeated since. However, Concorde's speed came with enormous trade-offs. It burned fuel at a staggering rate, required constant specialized maintenance, and generated sonic booms that restricted where it could fly. Operating costs were extreme, ticket prices were astronomical, and its efficiency was poor by modern standards. Concorde was not designed for flexibility or economics. It was designed to prove that supersonic passenger flight was possible. Modern business jets take a very different approach. Aircraft like the Global 8000 and G700 are optimized for range, efficiency, and daily usability. They can fly almost anywhere in the world, land at smaller airports, and operate within today's strict environmental and noise regulations. While they are slower than Concorde in absolute terms, they are far more practical and accessible for regular use. So, will supersonic private travel return? Technologically, yes, it is possible. But economically and legally, it remains uncertain. Until sonic boom restrictions, fuel efficiency, and environmental concerns are solved, Mach 0.94 will remain the real-world limit for private aviation. For now, the fastest private jet isn't the one that breaks the sound barrier. It's the one that gets you there sooner, reliably, and every day.